Hello and welcome back to thebusiness.com tip and trick day. Well, a number of companies are promising to pay businesses to reduce their energy usage at peak periods to support the national grid. So how does this work, and is it worth taking advantage of? Well, about 10% of the UK's electricity capacity comes from peaking power stations, which are highly polluting and expensive to run. They are used by the national grid to satisfy peak demand and avoid blackouts across the country. Peaking power is currently used during less than 1% of the year. For example, on a hot day when air conditioners are working at full capacity, or when there's a major sporting event on the television. Also when Coronation Street on, you want a cup of coffee. But as the grid becomes more congested, it's predicted that peaking power will be used more and more, especially as we add more renewable energy such as wind power to the generation mix. You might have heard about companies being offered money to reduce their power usage at certain times of the day. This is all about energy demand management. A number of technology providers have decided in recent months to work with businesses to figure out what demand can be turned down temporarily to avoid the worst peaks, and they'll pay you to do it. Basically, these companies install software and energy monitoring equipment at your premises free of charge. They target non-essential power such as air handling units or lighting and devise a strategy as to what could be turned off when the grid is highly congested. The national grid pays for demand management services because building new power plants and lines is really expensive. So anything that can be done to avoid the need for more peaking power is the first course of action. Normally, it is billed by the technology company, which covers the cost of the demand reduction. You will receive a cheque every year for your participation. It's free to sign up, and don't worry, you don't have to change your electricity provider. Plus, there's usually no penalty if you can't reduce your consumption when asked to. So how much can you earn? That's the most important thing, I know you're thinking. It depends on how much energy you make available for curtailment. Reducing lighting, heating and air conditioning loads temporarily can generate a yearly revenue stream of between £5,000 and £50,000 depending on the size of the site. Bigger sites that use backup generators could make more than £100,000 a year. It's worth noting that this isn't for everyone, however. The amount of energy most small businesses will be able to put up for curtailment won't be enough for either the national grid or the demand management company to bother with. However, there's nothing stopping you from working with colleagues and putting your energy use up for grabs as a collective. Those are our top tips for today. Thanks for watching thebusiness.com.